In the village of Arenholm, every person was born with a shadow, not the kind that follows your feet, the kind that breathes. They called it the soul shade, a dark twin that moved slightly behind you, that whispered when danger was near, that grew larger when you loved someone and smaller when you lied. In Arenholm, your shadow was proof that you belonged to the world, that the world had claimed you. Mira was born without one. The midwife noticed immediately. She said nothing to Mira's mother that night, but by morning the village knew. Children born shadowless, the old record said, were not truly born at all. They were shells, empty vessels that the world had refused to fill. Mira grew up in the space between. She was fed and clothed and never struck, but she was not touched either. Not truly. People's eyes skipped over her the way water skips over stone, present, then past, without stopping. She learned not to ask for things. She learned to take up the smallest possible amount of space. On the night of her 16th year, the elder came to her door with a lantern and an expression she couldn't read. He told her to come with him to the archive, a stone building at the edge of the village where the oldest records were kept. He walked without speaking. She followed. Inside, he opened a book, so old the pages were almost translucent. He turned to a section she had never seen. The letters were in the old script, but she could read it. It said, "Some children are not born without a shadow. They are born having already given it away. The soul shade of such a child does not follow them because it went ahead. It is waiting. It has been waiting since before the child drew its first breath." Mira read it twice. Then again. The elder did not look at her. He was looking at the floor. She noticed that his shadow, his soul shade, steady and dark and faithful, was pointing toward her, not toward him, toward her, as if drawn, as if trying to close a distance it had been keeping for 16 years. He said, "We have been wrong about you for a very long time." He said it quietly, like a man who has carried a stone for years and finally set it down. Mira walked home alone that night through streets she had always moved through carefully, keeping to the edges, making herself small. But this time she walked down the center, not because she was angry, because she wanted to feel what it was like to take up space without apologizing for it. She did not know what it meant that her shadow had gone ahead. She did not know where it was waiting or what it had been waiting for. But she knew this. Whatever the world had prepared for her, it had not prepared a small life lived at the edges. It had prepared something else entirely. She did not look back as she walked. There is a kind of freedom, she discovered that night, that only comes when the story you were told about yourself finally falls apart completely. And there is a kind of quiet that follows, not emptiness, but space. Room for something new to begin.